Morning. I am going to give you a short instruction lesson on how to apply and the benefits of sweet minerals. I was a little skeptical when I was thinking about using sweet minerals as a product on my face. I'm older. I have 5+ decades on me, and I have some fine lines. Even though I try to take care of my skin, I've got fine lines that I didn't want the powders to sink into, and I was really afraid that they were going to accentuate my fine lines and such. But I'm here to show you that that is not the case. These are pure minerals. They are very, very fine, and they do not sink into lines. Very lightweight, good coverage foundation. So let's get started. I've got a little bit of concealer that I've put into the cover, and of course I'm starting off with a face that's completely clean, and all my skincare steps have been done. And you'll notice that I started in the center here and not way up in the corner. When you first put your powder on, you've got a lot on your brush, and what happens is it's going to cling right to where you put it first. So put it in an area where it's nice and big, where you can kind of move it around, and then come back and touch up the tinier spots, the corners. And as you can see, that kind of blends in nicely. I'm going to tap in a little bit more and move it back and forth. And if you can see, there's a significant difference between the two sides. So it does a nice job in covering, and yet it's not caking in. And sometimes I kind of like to tap this in. I do use an eye cream. I try to put that on several minutes before I get started with my face, so that that has a chance to soak in and not be quite so moist. But I have applied the product with the moisturizer, and that works just as well too. So just going to blend that in. I've broken my nose, so I sometimes put some here and anywhere else that you need some concealer. Okay, and as you can see, that pretty much uses up the small amount that I had put in there. Just tap some more in here, and I want to get really close, but you can see that it doesn't really settle into the fine lines. And even over time, it stays in place. That's what's very nice about this. So next we're going to put on the foundation, and I just want to make sure I've got the right product here. Here we go. And I tap it upside down into the cap. Take my kabuki brush, tap some in, and start in a circle. Okay, and tap this in. We're going to buff in a minute. I might need to tap a little bit more. I should show you how much I use, because the other great thing about sweet minerals is that you don't need very much. A little goes a long way, and you get really great coverage. But I am going to put a little bit more in here. Problem is the cover is kind of colored, but you can kind of see up in here how there's some product. Tap it in and get some on my forehead. And then let's just go ahead and buff. This helps to whisk away anything that's loose, but it also helps to set the stuff that's on there. Okay, that's it for foundation. Pretty easy. Okay, next we're going to do some contouring. And this product, I don't know if you can see, but there's a sticker underneath the plastic, and I've only poked 2 holes in. It helps to regulate the amount of product that you get in. You can take the sticker off and move it and cover up some of the holes, but I kind of like to just poke 1 or 2 holes in, and that really helps to regulate. So next I'm going to take my brush, and I'm going to squeeze it down so that it's kind of pointy. And I'm going to pick up some product like that. I think you can kind of see it. And what I'm going to do is start again in the big spot underneath my cheekbone, and I'm going to tap this in and kind of draw a line. Okay, I think you can kind of see that. And this, again, doesn't take very much product. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. Again, start in the big spot and draw it out. Okay, so now I'm going to take and clean off my brush and blend. And see how that line kind of gets less, it's a little more diminished. Sorry about that, I kind of drifted right out of the picture. Next we're going to apply some blush. So the amount of product that's back in there, I'm going to tap it back into the container, and hopefully most of it doesn't end up in my sink. I do a pretty good job about not getting it in the sink. Okay, so that was Island Tan. This is Naked Caramel, and this one doesn't come out as much, but again we're going to use just a very little bit of product. I'm going to kind of tap this around, and starting at the apple, again, because it's the biggest spot on my cheek, work out toward the edge, tap some more, start at the apple, work out. I keep drifting out of the picture, sorry folks. Okay, and now we're going to blend. Okay, we're almost done. Sometimes I do my eyes, sometimes I don't. Let's see. The last thing we're going to do is called Veil. And the veil I'm going to use today is, got a little bit of color in it. It's called Sexy's Back. And what this does is it sets the powder. You can see that. That's a lot. Again, I'm going to go back to the Kabuki brush. I'm going to kind of clean it off. Tap in. Kind of see some wisps. It's very, very fine. And what I like to do is take a little pop-up brush, the kind that screws up and it pops out like a lipstick. And I'll load that up with some veil for my touch-ups if I need them during the day. Okay, that's pretty much it. There's my face. I will do just a minute or two. Again, I'm going to put the rest of the product, because I didn't use it all, back into the container. And I'm going to do just my daily routine kind of. You can see I have pretty deep set eyes, small, and there's not a lot of space to work with. I've got a lot of crease. And unfortunately, I do not need to accentuate that crease. I actually need to bring my eyes forward. So what I like to do is to take some light colored powder. And again, I was a little hesitant to use a frosted mineral, but it really, really makes my eyes pop. So again, I'm going to start in the center where it's nice and wide, and then I'm going to work toward the edges. And what this does is it helps when my eyes are open to help bring them forward. And that sparkle, that glitter, helps to do that. So I'm going to actually cover the whole area. I've used another company's product for, oh my gosh, 30 years. Was trained to do makeup, and eyes are one of the most variable things. Everybody's got different shapes and things that they want to play up or play down, and so there's lots and lots of strategies to how to put on eye makeup. But like I said, for my simple, everyday, nothing special, just want to make my eyes a little more, get some more appearance in, this is what I do. And if you can see from one side to the other how much difference that makes, especially when my eyes are slightly closed. So at any rate, that's pretty much it. If I was going to apply some other colors, I would work it up onto my brow bone, I would pull the color up in this area and out to the side, and then put some more light color here to help bring my eyes forward and really accentuate them. But today we're just going to do a simple application and then mascara on top of that. I have played around with doing mascara before I do my eyeshadow, and that works really well because you can clean up the mascara hits and misses before you get started. So I've even done it before I put my concealer on, because then if I've got little speckles from my lower lashes that kind of get down here, I can clean that up. Then I come back with my, after my mascara is completely done, I come back, do my concealer, and then, of course, at the end, I do my eyeshadow. And that works really well. So, I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to kind of step back, do a little hair fix, and there you have it. Very, very simple, very easy, very lightweight, not heavy, doesn't fall into those fine lines. Ladies, you got to try this.